Mr. Speaker, let those to hear. Anyway, the first question I was asked in the very first hustings meeting that I attended in 2001 in the Treorchy Comprehensive School was, will you always vote with your conscience? And when I went recently to Ysgol Cummer, also in my constituency, and asked the the school council rather, how I should vote today, and laid out to them the problem that I have, every single one of them said, with your conscience. And that's what I intend to do. I am a Democrat. Most of my constituency voted in a different way from me. I am a Democrat, but I believe in a form of democracy that never silences minorities. And I think the 48% in this country have a right to a voice. Yeah. And for that matter, the 46% or the 45% or whatever the actual figure was in my constituency. So today, I'm afraid I'm voting and speaking on behalf of a minority of my constituents. All my life I've believed that the best form of patriotism is internationalism. My first political memories are of Franco's Guards in Spain. I was thrown out of Chile in 1986 for attending a funeral of a lad who'd been set on fire by Pinochet's police. And I distrust politicians who spuriously use the national security argument to launch campaigns against migrants, refugees and ethnic minorities. I fear the turn this world is taking towards narrow nationalism, protectionism and demagoguery. Distrust of those who are different from us can all too often, not always, but all too often, turn to hatred of foreigners, and that way lies the trail to war. I know that is not the tradition of the Rhondda. We were built on migrants from England, from Scotland, from Ireland, from Italy. And this country was built on the sweat, the courage, the ingenuity and the get-up-and-go of Huguenots, Normans, Protestants fleeing the Inquisition, Irish Catholics fleeing famine, Jews escaping persecution, Polish airmen, Spanish nurses, Indian doctors and Afro-Caribbeans who wanted to help make this country great. So I have stood at every election on a platform and a manifesto, a party manifesto, that said that we would stay in the European Union. That was my solemn vow to the voters of the Rhondda. Now, I lost that vote, I admit it. I lost it in my constituency, but I haven't lost my faith. It remains my deep conviction that leaving the European Union, especially on the terms that the government seems to expect, will do untold damage to my constituents, especially the poorest of them. Of course I give way.
I thank
vote for the reasoned amendments tonight because in the end I believe that that's in the interests of my constituents, and I know that many of my constituents will disagree with me, and maybe they'll take it out on me just as they took it out on Burke in Bristol. But in the end, there's no point in any single one of us being a member of this House if we don't have things that we believe in and that we're prepared to fight for and, if necessary, lay down our job for. It's so dangerous, this moment, because the government has stated that this moment is irreversible. This is it, folks, now or never. In the most uncertain of times, we are being asked to vote for a completely unknown deal. Yes, I know we're going to leave the European Union. I know the House will vote for that. My vote can't change that, but I believe this bill, this way of Brexiting, will leave us poorer, weaker and at far, far greater danger in Europe and in the West and in this country. And so, Mr. Speaker, I say, not in my name, never, never, never.
You didn't frankly have the balls to put country before party.